Hello, everyone, and a pleasant evening once again. This is another Thursday, and we hope that you have made Thursdays as your regular habit. Here we are on iGreyhound. My name is Cecile Henove, and we are being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University, and we are also being telecast on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And tonight promises to be another engaging conversation. I'd like to call this as such because I'd like us to also make sure that we understand and appreciate the efforts of a particular office here at Foundation, which is up to something. Thus, may I introduce our guest for tonight's episode, friends. He is no stranger to iGreyhound. In fact, we have had several conversations or convos, as how they say it, not only today or in the more recent days, but even in the past, as we concoct some ideas, some ganap, as they call it. But this time, he is here because he is one of the few, not really few, no? He is one of the number of employees or staff or even faculty members in the university that wears many hats. So may I introduce to all our televiewers, Mr. Cyril Mapula. Hi, Cyril, and welcome back to iGreyhound.
Yes, hello, Ma'am Cecile. Good evening. Thank you so much for having me here, and hello to all our televiewers, and hope you enjoy our conversation.
Yes. And I'd like to introduce Cyril as the director of a new office. We call it the Greyhound Innovations Office, although he is also concurrently the director of the Alumni Affairs Office of the university. Thus, we will focus, Sir Sai, on your being director of the so-called Greyhound Innovations Office. But first and foremost, these are big buzzwords today: innovation, there's incubation, and quite a number of big terms, no? Which I think are quite simple, but perhaps the process or the procedure of coming up with such, whatever it may be, is something that we ought to talk about now for the benefit of our viewers. So please tell us, Sai, perhaps how this particular office started and so on. Yeah, Greyhound Innovations Office.
Yes, Greyhound Innovations. The concept started 5 years ago, 2018. It was the university's desire to really have an intentional unit that guides our students to become innovative, to truly think outside of the box. Because sometimes, as teachers, including me, we just tell our students, think outside of the box. But maybe we have not provided them with the tools to truly do such instructions. So 2018, we conceptualized how can we equip our students to ideate, to create solutions, and eventually, give them to people who need these solutions. So over the years, we have engaged ourselves in multiple, should I say, capacity building initiatives. One of our first milestone way back in 2020, at the height of the pandemic,
Yes.
we launched the T subject. It stands for Technology, Environment, and Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So it is a 6-month program. It is a subject that all Foundationites are taking. They're required to take. It's part of their curriculum. And they're guided to think of business solutions that address problems in their respective communities. So it's super intentional that they should conceptualize social enterprises. That was the first milestone of the innovation programs of Foundation University. So for 2 years, we've seen how the subject allowed our students to truly think outside of the box. They are now creating solutions. And the logical next step was to create an entity or the unit that we've envisioned to help students with ideas make it happen.
Okay. So the procedure, to simplify the process, not really to simplify, but to make sure that we know what is the first step, second step, and so on, would be coming up with ideas. Would you call it ideation?
Yes, ideation is the first step, should we say, in this perspective. But I would like to share a little bit to the audience.
Yes, please.
It's like Innovation 101.
Yes, okay.
Before we ideate, we teach our students how to understand the problem. That's the number one lesson we teach. Do not ideate if you have not understood what the problem is about. So after that, that's when, yes, ideation.
Ideation. And then later on, we will talk about incubation as well. So in other words, if I were the student having an idea, I ought to understand where that idea came from?
You should understand what is the problem that your idea should address.
Not the idea, but the problem pala. Yes, okay. I should understand where the problem is coming from and how to address the problem. Now, we're talking about problems, or maybe we can say concerns. No, can we call it concerns? Could it be anything under the sun? Or is there a particular like parameter or maybe a factor that I need to consider if I were to go into such?
As far as the tools and methodologies we are teaching, you can actually use it to address anything. Any problem or a concern, an issue that you face on everyday life, you can address it. But as far as Greyhound Innovations is concerned, we want our students, or we envision our students, to create solutions to pertinent community problems such as environmental problems, economic problems, and even problems that exist that may not be seen as a problem yet.
Okay. So in other words, I'd like to borrow your term, we let the students think out of the box, or perhaps examine further and explore further concerns that may not have been seen by other people. Now, may I know how we equipped our students, Sir Sai? No? Because you mentioned the TEE. Yes, I have heard of that. In fact, I think several of our unit heads, they mentioned this as part of their curriculum. Okay, so in other words, all students coming from various disciplines have the TEE, which stands again for technology, environment, and entrepreneurship. Yes, so this is a curriculum or an course offering that is offered to practically students of all disciplines, for that matter. So how do we equip our students? Like I may be, this does not only limit to first year students, second year, any level for that matter.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we equip? Because I may be a student I may be able to identify or spot problems or concerns in the community, but what do I do? What do I do henceforth? No, where do I start? Okay.
I always get excited when I share the methodologies that we teach our students. There are two primary entry points to innovation, or problem identification and understanding. We use design thinking and systems thinking. So basically, what we teach is we teach our students how to see problems using the human perspective. So it's human-centered design. Just a quick example. If the problem you want to address is about probably the lack of pedicabs during early morning in your specific barangay, instead of just, hey, think of solutions, what we do is that we teach them how to ask questions to people who are experiencing the problem, or even the people they thought are the reasons why the problem is happening. So when they get specific details, then they start to seeing the different angles of the problem. And that's where ideation starts, when they see already those different angles.
Should an idea be what? Could an idea be simple? Could an idea be complicated? Could an idea be something like out of this world? Para bang, wow, is this possible?
This is what we always tell to our students. Do not think of out of this world solutions or world-altering, life-changing solutions.
Yes.
Think of the simple ones. You just start from there. Because if you start right away with the big ones, it's difficult to, we also use the term validation. If you have an idea, we help you validate that idea. So the simple, the better. then we can scale up and we can make those simple solutions bigger and bigger.
Okay. So your example, I like your example, no? Because it's something that is close to all of us. Like we ride pedicabs, we are conversant of how a pedicab looks like. In fact, we now have a new design of our tricycles or pedicabs, as how we call it in the city. But if I were to identify that as a problem, and if I will have to let somebody validate it, what would the process be, Sir Sai?
Yes, our office also provides idea validation tools. But before that, before they go through the validation, we also help them with prototyping the solution. So one big mistake that entrepreneurs or innovators do is that when they think of a solution right away, they want to test it. You should somehow, not somehow, but you should go through the process of prototyping, ensuring that your solution really is in line with the problem. After that, we help you validate. So just one quick example. If the solution you've thought of involves, for example, let's say pedicab drivers. On the validation phase, we can help you communicate with pedicab drivers to test the solution that you created.
Okay. Now, you mentioned a solution. You mentioned validation of your solution. Thus, I'm listening to you. Should solutions be tangible? Because you also mentioned prototype. What does that mean? It's something that is tangible. It's something that I need to make to have a prototype.
The solutions we are helping doesn't necessarily be physical. It could be a product, a physical product, or a service. So prototyping can be done either way.
Okay. It's not like I have to come up with something tangible or physical or something that I can present physically. No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So it could be a service. And as you had mentioned, it could be about anything under the sun. No? So it's open to all disciplines, open to all areas of endeavor, if you may call it as such. Okay, but I'm curious, listening to you, no? How did all of these things come about? Like, you said that we hatched this at Foundation University something like 5 years ago, before the pandemic, but hasn't this been done probably earlier than 5 years ago? And how was it? Can we make it parallel to what you are doing now?
Yes. The innovation ecosystem, Ma'am Cecile, is, I call it, is an ever-growing ecosystem. So the things that we are doing right now have been done separately with the different units of the school. Maybe not to the level that we do it right now, but to a certain extent we have been doing it. The beauty of innovation is when we see these outstanding projects or programs, we can pull them together and we find ways so that it will work on a larger scale. So we have this another buzzword that we use in the innovation space or the startup space. We call it, we scale it up. The things you've done in your college or your department could be done in the university, then in the community.
And even in the wider community, yes. And again, you know that the university has participated in some, how do you call them, innovation challenges, yes, or startups, yes, competitions and so on. And in fact, we were together in one particular so-called competition. But do we usually do it this way? Like, do we compete? Should we compete or should we submit this for competition? But I think there are now organizations that encourage competition in a friendly manner, but competition in such a way that they are also able to help the so-called not yet incubatees, right? Not yet. No? How do you call those who are yet starting an idea?
Well, we call them
idea
stage entrepreneurs. We call them that way.
Okay, going back to the competition aspect.
This is what I always tell and push in the Greyhound Innovations, because we are not an academic unit. Unlike others. So this is what I always tell. Competitions are just effects or byproducts of students being innovative. We join competitions not to show what we can, but we join competitions because we know our students can already do these things. So just a quick example, when we joined the DICT Startup Challenge, those ideas were not developed just for the sake of the competition.
Okay.
Our students that went through multiple activities that we organized grouped themselves together and told us, hey sir, we have this idea. Is there anything that we can do about it? And it was like probably 2 weeks before the DICT challenge happened. So I told them, okay, let's try to improve your idea. Then let's try to, join competitions. I mean, for the sake of description, competitions are validations of our ideas.
Yeah.
If we win, that means our idea has a lot of merit.
Okay.
But if we don't, it means that we need to improve the idea more instead of just stopping.
Yes, yes. But the competitions that your staff or the students, who undergo such is a different kind of competition as how I noticed it, because it's not simply like for example, if there's a prize or something like that, it's not merely just copying the prize or bagging the prize, because I think after the competition, the students or whoever are pitching that idea still have to work some more to pitch it in another avenue or platform. Is that right?
There are usually two dominant formats right now.
Okay.
Especially with government organized competitions. So the one we joined with
The ICT?
ICT.
Okay.
So we applied for the local level, then we made it to the regional level, then we competed on the regional stage. So there are different stages until you go to the national level. There are also formats that you compete, you win, then you get some funding.
Okay.
Then the funding is not the end of the competition,
Yes,
because you will need to deliver the project that you proposed during the competition.
Yes, because you had funding, you were given funding. That means that you still have to do more work and then present it to, to validate again, perhaps, the funding that you got, or maybe to justify, so to speak, that you got that particular funding. But again, I'm curious, Sai, the students who join, who join these competitions, startups, and so on, I see the enthusiasm, and even if they may not exactly be doing such, meaning, in other words, it's not exactly needed in the degree program that they are pursuing. But, I see the competitiveness, I see the drive to really pitch something, and I sense that they'd like to do something about I'd like to quote it, a problem or a concern. Para bang they want to get it done, they want something logical maybe, to be done about something.
Contrary to how we sometimes see the generation right now of not being caring, responsive to society or the things that we have, they have this certain itch to do something.
Okay.
And I say that's one of the things we're very effective in doing, to give them the avenue where they can think, and also show them that their ideas could potentially help the wider community.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that formula is very effective, and we are seeing, and we are expecting rather, more and more students participating in our programs.
Yes. What if an idea is not exactly how you would call as innovative, but your office is Greyhound Innovations, What if it's not really innovative, I've heard about it. This has been done in the past, but perhaps nothing has been done about it. What if it's not exactly as innovative as you would want to describe it?
Well, the Greyhound Innovations, space that we have different, we call it pit stops, where if you have an idea, you go through to each pit stop before you reach a certain milestone. So as a founder or the person who thought of the idea, you will know that the idea that you thought of might not be innovative yet.
Okay.
So we will let you see things.
Oh.
We will not be sugarcoating.
Okay, okay. So you'll tell them straight to their faces that this idea is not yet innovative?
It's
not-
more of we will show it to. I mean, it's more of the tools that we have.
Okay.
Will show to them what the ideas lack.
Okay. So in other words, you have certain items in a criteria or something?
It's more of there's no specific criteria.
Yeah, not a criteria.
But it's more of showing what you lack in your
Okay, so I can still, if I were the student or anyone for that matter, I can still like improve on my idea or something, no? And you have the facility and the tools, as you had mentioned, no, to equip me for revising, or modifying or other things that you would be asking me to do.
Yep, we do have the tools, ma'am.
Okay.
And I think your question is very good to establish that Greyhound Innovations will be a space where you can ideate, you can improve your solutions, but it could also be the place where you will see that the solution or the idea that you have might not be the right idea for the problem you want to address. So for us, it's not even a problem because this is what we always tell to students: you just try.
Yes, yes.
Because if you won't try, you will never know.
Yes,
and
yes.
if you fail, we are still open tomorrow.
Right.
Just come back.
Yeah. Do we encourage students to do this, or they really just go out of their way to approach you and pitch their ideas?
It goes both ways, ma'am.
Okay.
We do have a lot of activities per department, per college. So that's one way to encourage them to join us. But after these sessions, a few weeks after, there will be a random student going to us and tell us, "Hey, sir, we have an idea. Can you help us?"
Okay. And I have observed that these groups of students actually come from various colleges. They don't come from one homogeneous college or entity. Is this better? Is it better that way, to have them come from various fields or various disciplines? I'm thinking like, which is more convenient, having one particular group coming from the same college or department?
It is very intentional, ma'am, to mix everyone. It's very intentional because this is what we envision Greyhound Innovations. If after your 4 years in FU, there's no idea that really panned out, the thing that we can give you is the skill of working with other people, collaborating. So wherever you go, whichever company you end up with, you will have the skill and you will know how to work with someone because of your experiences.
Yes.
So it's not that we discourage having a homogeneous team, but we encourage you to collaborate with other units.
Okay, yeah. More of the being able to interact with other people, and also perhaps there's a word that I'm trying to also pinpoint, to interact and perhaps to engage one another in
create a network. Right?
Yeah, a network, yes, or linking with people and so on. So better that way, So you have not experienced any idea or any group where they have a clash of ideas, or is it good if there is a clash of ideas?
Working with students or individuals with different personalities, it's always expected that there will be clash of ideas.
Okay.
Even if they're already a team, they said that they're good already. Then when things are when all those tools are thrown at them, that's when personalities clash.
Yes.
But it's expected.
Yes,
It's
okay.
expected.
So in other words, this endeavor of coming together and pitching some innovative ideas is just like any other group activity where if we may have a clash of ideas, then we have misunderstanding, we quarrel sometimes, but I think that's still a very healthy way of doing things, rather than simply just saying, okay, this is all right, guys, and being complacent about how things go, right? Yeah. So perhaps by this particular time, you may have identified certain groups of students who may have pitched some very good ideas But again, we will continue this particular conversation, especially so that what is in my mind now, Sir Sai, no, and you can of course like formulate your insights about this is it always going towards entrepreneurship? I noticed that, but the double E is technology, environment, and entrepreneurship. Then maybe you can consider this. Have there been ideas geared towards technology as well as an environment? So far, now correct me if I'm wrong, I've seen the entrepreneurship side, but we will talk some more about the other pillars of innovation as we pause for these few reminders, and iGreyhound will be back. We're back. We're still on iGreyhound, being streamed live on the Facebook page of Foundation University and telecast right here on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And we have been conversing with the director of the Greyhound Innovations Office of Foundation University, Mr. Cyril Mapula, who is brimming also with a lot of ideas, just like the students that he has been working with. But Sir Sai, let's go back to the premise, no? That since we offered, or the university offered, the TEE, pre-pandemic? Was it pre-pandemic? 5 years?
At the start of the pandemic.
At the start, yeah, 2020, oh my, no? 2020. T stands for technology, environment, and entrepreneurship. But as I was saying in the earlier segment, I see that most of the projects, or the ideas, so to speak, have been veering towards entrepreneurship. And I think you said that there is an explanation for that.
Yes, we look at this at two areas or perspectives. Number one is that we are very big on enterprise-led development. So we are pushing our students to create business solutions, which leads to the second perspective. Businesses are sustainable. If your solution is earning it will continue to be implemented over and over again, and it could be replicated in other places, because you are not just helping people, or you are not just addressing a problem, you are also earning money. So what we are pushing here is not just, you know, ask people for money then so that your project could be delivered. No, we will help you find investment so your solution can be implemented and your investor can get his return. You can also earn your part. So the project keeps on growing.
And replicated. You mentioned that, no? So you can go farther from where you are, right? Or you can even go outside of the country, perhaps. Or if the idea merits it. Now, let's move forward with the process, no? So from ideation, is that it? No, from ideation, do we go to incubation?
Yes. The next logical step to the process is incubation. If the idea has gone through the workshops, trainings, and all on the ideation phase, we let them apply to the incubation program, which is also my segue to tell our televiewers that our idea stage incubation program is now open for applications.
That's
so
great.
You can visit our Facebook page, FoundationU Greyhound Innovations. So just a quick plug, Ma'am Cecile. If you have an idea that you think could help address a problem in our community, you apply to our idea stage incubation, and we will help you take the next huge steps of your idea, and hopefully we can make it into a successful enterprise. So going back to the process, if you apply to the incubation program, you get accepted, you will go through a 6-month intensive incubation program where your ideas will go through prototyping, validation, a lot of workshops on your business model, your target markets, and, you know, pitching to investors and eventually getting investment. So it's an intensive program where it's why there's an application, because we really look for students, for individuals. It's open to all that are committed to go through the 6-month program.
So that particular invitation that you are like relaying to our televiewers is open to all, not just students or foundation, not just students. As a matter of fact, it could be professionals also, even from the greater community. Now going back to the entrepreneurship side, so pitching an idea and validating it and perhaps replicating, right? Incubating the 6-month. This is what I was trying to go into. The 6-month, how do you call it?
Incubation.
Training? Incubation. But where you undergo workshops and so on. This is being done by us here at Foundation University. Do we have, I'm curious, do we have maybe a government agency that partners with us, or maybe an NGO? Or do we do it solely by ourselves?
This is the usual business model, or the model of innovation programs in the Philippines. As of the first cohort, FU is funding majority of it, but we are working with NGOs. We have partners who help us deliver the program. In the near future, and I think this is also a good way to tell our televiewers who are interested to support us. We are intentionally reaching out to NGOs, government, LGUs, government offices, and other institutions, be it a business, a foundation, to help us in delivering our programs. Because for us to scale up, we are also looking ourselves as a business. We need investment so we can scale up our operations.
I like that term, scaling up, or this is different, of course, from upskilling. That's different.
Yes, it's different.
Different from upskilling. This is scaling, scaling. But again, I'm quite interested in the entrepreneurship side. In other words, of course, you said that it's open to anyone, professional, students alike, those with some enterprising ideas, or those with businesses already existing, that is possible?
For the first cohort, or the first batch of incubatees, we have intentionally identified idea stage startups That means they already have a group,
Yes,
but they
yes.
still on the idea stage, and individuals who have ideas.
Okay.
So
okay.
we are very big right now on improving the idea.
Yeah.
And this is what we always tell to our funders and friends. We will help to improve the idea. We might not be the last stop.
Okay.
They could go to other incubation programs.
Yes.
We might not be the last stop. We are just here to make sure that your idea will be improved. Your solution becomes better, more targeted.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people just apply to different programs without really, understanding what they will get out of the program.
So after my idea would have gone through, the process and so on, and I get a funding, would that be possible? I think that would be possible.
Yes.
Get a funding from there. I can now do I can like proceed with what I intend to do out of that particular original idea.
The intention is after the 6-month program.
Oh yeah, the 6-month.
We can soft launch your idea already.
Okay,
But after the
okay.
6-month program, if it meant that the program was so good, you can launch it right
Okay,
away.
okay,
You can have your operations started. That would be great.
Yeah.
But we are not also stopping people if they think 6 months might not be enough. So after the 6 months, if your idea has not been polished, as much as you want it to be, you can reapply again to the program.
Do we now have a number or many incubatees in the Philippines?
There are
Or-
a lot of incubation programs
Or
in the
programs.
Philippines. One of the prominent right now is the TBI model, Technology Business
Technology Business
Incubators.
Incubation, yes.
These are funded by government,
Yes,
by the
right,
government agencies.
right.
So their model looks similar to us, but Greyhound Innovations has a slight variation.
Okay.
We are very big on idea generation. So instead of focusing on the solution, we also focus a lot on people creating solutions.
Okay. I was talking, Sir Sai, with, she's not an incubatee, but part of the technology business incubation. And she said something like this. She said, all startups, something like startups are businesses, but not all businesses are startups. Is that the parang illogical statement?
Yeah.
All startups are businesses, yes, but not all businesses are startups.
Yes.
Sige, go.
I totally agree with that. For the reason that what we are pushing are innovative solutions. So for the sake of definition, if you're starting a business that's similar to how we do things before, it's a business.
Yes.
But it's not a startup. You are not creating something new.
Okay.
You're not creating, or you're not really scaling up the idea or the solution that you wanted to have.
Yeah. So startup, these are again buzzwords: startups, innovations, incubation, ideation. The startups are startups, as the term implies. These are new, so innovations, right? Startups, meaning maybe something has been done, maybe something has not been done. I'll quote this or use the same word. I am starting up on something. That's really the idea of it all.
Yeah. You're starting a venture.
Okay.
Well, in our case, at least for Greyhound Innovations, it is a business venture. You have an idea or a solution that will address a specific problem that you can earn from it. But there are criteria. It should be scalable, replicable, and of course, you should earn from it.
Now, I'm playing the devil's advocate here, maybe. So where does the technology and the environment come in insofar as this innovation, your Greyhound Innovations, is concerned?
We intentionally put it in the T subject when we crafted it, because we could just have called it the entrepreneurial course or program. We could have just
right.
done that.
The more common term, today. Okay.
Why we include technology, number one, is that when you think of solutions, we want you to automatically think, can we scale this up using technology. So just a quick example, Ma'am
Okay,
Cecil.
okay, yeah.
For
Quick
example,
example.
if you think of a solution like, I could start a business that will link or have the numbers of all these habal-habal drivers. And if someone calls me, then I will call the habal-habal driver. Then the habal-habal driver will go to your house and pick you up.
Yeah, so that's technology.
That's the common.
Yeah.
That might be
Yeah,
the basic
okay.
version. The technology comes in where, can you create an app out of that solution? So maybe you can think of, yes, I can create an app where I can book there the habal-habal, and the habal-habal driver receives the information, then the habal-habal driver will pick up without me being involved in the conversation.
Okay.
So that's where technology comes in.
So, yeah, through an app,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Okay.
It's either an app or a web service.
Yes. Oh, but the idea of that habal-habal driver picking you up and so on, that's an idea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so papasukan mo, you let the technology aspect come in. And then how about the environment?
Yes, environment. Sometimes they say there should be an environment angle.
Yes.
What we say in Greyhound Innovations is that environment should always be part of the solution. Even if your solution is not environmental, but we want our students to think, will my solution affect the environment? Will my solution damage the environment? Or in another perspective, how can I help the environment with my solution?
Okay. Is there no clash among the three, technology, environment, and entrepreneurship? Again, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate. I'm trying to also flesh out ba, no? Is there a possible clash, or will there be a possible clash? Or will these three, how do you call them, factors, no? Will these three eventually come together in a very happy and favorable balance?
With the subject, at least, there are clashes of ideas, of course. Especially when, I always remember the faces of my students when they think of an idea, and then I ask them, what will be the effect of that idea to the environment? They'll be like, yeah. They've solved that aspect, and I'll ask them, can you earn money out of that?
So that's the entrepreneurial side, no?
So there's really clash, but I think that's the beauty of it. We try to innovate and find ways, to make things happen.
Yeah, but is it also possible that one student or anyone, for that matter, simply just focus or pick on a T or an E or an E? One lang. I don't need to merge all three.
Yeah, this is the beauty of Greyhound Innovations again. For example, if you're a student or somebody that has an idea, I thought of a solution. I don't know the environmental or the entrepreneurial side of it. So you go to our office, you go to our space, then it will be part of our responsibility to find you people who can help you with those aspects. Because sometimes, ma'am, I think this is what usually happens. We just have an idea. We don't know who can help us. We don't know what to do with the idea. And we will be very happy to find you people to help you.
So that is pala possible, no? They or whoever, no, may not merely be confined on the resources that we have in the university, but you can help us, no? Your office, for that matter, can help these individuals find other experts perhaps or other avenues, no, by which they can, so to speak, sell this particular idea. So where are we now? After incubation idea, then incubation, and then onwards, na, to
to the third aspect or pillar of our office. It's called community solutions.
Right. So these are the three. The third, that's now the third pillar. Okay.
Well, this is what when we started, ma'am, conceptualizing all of these. The community solutions part, in fact, was the first pillar that was established. Because you cannot tell that your incubation or innovation office is successful if the community around you has not benefited from your programs.
Yes.
That's impossible to claim if the people around you have not innovated.
So you have not been successful.
If you have not done that.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good that you had reminded me. Not that I had forgotten the community aspect, no, but yes, it's a good thing that you have that particular pillar, no? And I think we have to credit, of course, those of you who are in this particular office because you involved the community, and we cannot like dissociate ourselves, the university for that matter, because we are in a community, right? So again, the community should benefit from what I have come up with as an idea. Now, again, maybe out of this world. You said you discourage out of this world ideas, right? It has to be something that can be done.
Yeah, it start with the basics.
Okay,
then if it becomes out of this world, then no problem.
Kung sa bagay nga, no? It's difficult enough to be starting with the basics. How much more, no, for out of this world ideas? And then in the process, I forgot what I was about to ask you. But anyway, okay, I think I touched base on the community, what the community can. Okay, here it is now. What if you said thinking out of the box, but again, I'm being tangible maybe or something, no? Deviating from the abstract. What if literally there is no box that I can get out of? Thinking out of the yung mga ganon ba? Oo, I can what if there is really no box, whether it is tangible or abstract, that I cannot get myself out of?
In design thinking or the methodologies that we teach, it's usual that when you try to think of something, there are no parameters. There is no box that can get out of.
Yes.
So the methodologies and trainings that we provide or workshops will help you define the box or the things that may, influence the problem. So we have those trainings. In fact, we've seen students have their aha moment when they say, "Oh, wow, I saw or I looked at this problem on this perspective only, sir. But after the workshop, I've seen how complex the problem is."
So you lead them through the workshops, 6 months,
yes.
as you had said, Sai. You lead them towards their so-called aha moments, no? Yes, okay. Have there been instances when, after a very successful ideation, incubation, parang things just did not work out for some reason?
And for us, it's not a problem. It happens.
Okay.
Like we have very good ideas.
Yeah.
They went through incubation, and after that, they did not push through with it.
Yeah.
And for us, it's not really a problem. It's part of doing a business.
Okay.
Even businessmen, successful ones, will start something and they realize it's not for them.
It's not for them.
And they will stop. So
Right.
how much more students will just start it?
Yes, oo. But I'm not looking at it as a Ningas Kogon type, no? I'm not looking at it that way. It's like, I started it, no? I was maybe halfway or even probably finished it all throughout, but somewhere along the way, even if I had started on it, something parang, maybe nawala ng gana, or maybe the enthusiasm waned, or maybe people I have been working with may not have been very supportive.
On that aspect, we have two ways to address that. Number one, if you think from the start there might be challenges like that, you can go through our other programs that doesn't require you to commit for 6 months. There's no problem.
Okay.
For those who are really committed and will show us that, we will do this. Our team is committed. Even if two will disappear for a while, they will come back. And they go through the 6-month program.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I feel like I'm not sure with my idea. Am I not fit with your program?
Yes.
No. We have standalone programs, workshops that only last for half a day or 1 day. You can go through those workshops.
Okay. Now, I'd like to again go back to the students, that you have identified or who have come to you to make a pitch and who are also interested. Do they get credit out of it? Because you said that it's a subject. Do they get credit?
For T, for T
TEE.
subject, they have their grades for that.
They have their grades.
But for the incubation program, there's no. We, in fact, although we want to reward them, but we somehow discourage it to be a place where they can get grades. We don't want students to come in and get grades.
Yeah, because I was thinking of what would be the motivation of these students.
There are two ways, ma'am. We may provide incentives through or with the help of the different departments, where the number of hours they spent could be credited to
their internship,
probably internship or some of the things they're required to attend. So that's something in the pipeline.
You have to work out that one.
Second one is that we are also looking at giving allowances to incubatees or financial resources that they can use, to further the idea. Because according to some, studies and researches, sometimes students or professionals even really stop when they see that financially it doesn't make sense.
That is right.
Yeah, that's why we are here. We want to provide that.
Yes, that is correct. So you help them find funding agencies that can help them financially. Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth side, because what would motivate me to continue or to pursue, and here I am still saddled with other things, and in fact not only financially, in fact it could even be other reasons. I'm saddled with studies, maybe I'm saddled with other things that need my attention. So it's like priority.
It's also part of the things we teach, ma'am. We have master planning classes. And you'll see from the get-go that this might not be, the commitment might not be for me. I might not be fit to these sessions. So we have that. We let you know as early as possible.
Okay. So you are able to spot that as well.
Yes.
Okay. Is it how?
Oh,
through the way they say things.
With the master planning methodology, ma'am.
Okay.
From even in 30 minutes of doing the activity, you'll know that they might not be fit yet to the program.
Okay. Yeah. So in the few minutes that we have left, Sai, I think we can even have another episode for this, because it's really very exciting. Whether we like it or not, our televiewers, this is not only is it a buzzword, but it's the thing that where we are going into. No, it's a direction or a journey where we have to go into because of the changing needs of the times, the demands of the times, the challenges that are set before us, and perhaps the civil responsibility, of each one. That is if you think that way, no? And I think that's how we really mold our Foundationites to be that way. But yes, in the few minutes that we have left, Sai, perhaps you can reiterate or iterate once again the address, the mailing address, and some other requirements that you would need, or that our televiewers would need for that innovation.
The incubation
program, not the innovation. Incubation program that we have now established in the university.
Hello.
And invite them as well. Yeah.
Hello to our viewers. Once again, the Greyhound Innovations is inviting everyone to join our LEAP Idea Stage Incubation Program. So if you are an aspiring entrepreneur that has an idea already, or if you are a student, if you are a professional that has an idea, but you don't know where to go to make the idea, develop and launch it eventually, apply to our incubation program. It's a 6-month intensive incubation program where we guide you with ideation, prototyping, idea validation, and also improving your business model. And hopefully we can also get funding or investment for your idea. So once again, if you are an aspiring entrepreneur, visit our page. It's Greyhound Innovations. The link for the application program will be available there. And we might also put it, or we will comment it on the comment section when the video is uploaded already.
Okay, great. And then very, very quick, and I think it's an important aspect also. Is there a fee? Do people need to pay?
if you are accepted to the program, everything is free.
Oh my, oh, that's the come on.
Yes, yes.
Aside, of course, from the, that's a come on, of course, but it's more than just getting it for free, no?
Yeah.
Pitching an idea and so on. Yeah.
Sorry, Ma'am Sia. Thank you for reminding me with the come on. It's free if
Okay.
you're accepted, and we have very limited slots
Oh,
available.
wow. Yes, great. So, wow, Godspeed to your endeavors, Sai. And I think our televiewers also have become really excited and enthusiastic to try out what we can offer them here at the university. So, it's all happening here at Foundation University. Is our office, your office now ready for occupancy or being refurbished and others?
Our office will be open for co-working, prototyping, validation, and meetings on November 18.
Oh, there you are. So we have a date already. Yes, great. So, Sai, may your tribe increase, as they say, because this is one particular endeavor where you're alone, right? But you have a staff, right? Yeah, you have a staff, but I think it would be more productive if people will really come to us here and like pitch an idea and then converge and talk, no? And then let them go through the process, no? I'm truly excited as well to take a look at what we can offer them, especially the physical space, no? Yeah. Thank you very much, Sai, for your time. And I think this is just one aspect because you have another office that we can also talk about. So with that, friends, we once again thank our guest for tonight's episode, Mr. Cyril Mapula, Director of Greyhound Innovations. And yes, we hope we will see you again in our future episodes. Please do not forget our replays are on Fridays and Saturdays from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon on Channel 6 of Filproducts TV-Dumaguete. And we are being streamed live as well on the Facebook page of Foundation University. Thank you very much once again to my stylist, Ms. Nicole Kalumpang, for making sure that I look chic on the show. This has been Cecile Henove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.
Located at Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental, Philippines, Foundation University is an institution that strives to provide quality education for all. Continues to be at the forefront of innovative teaching and academic excellence. Founded by Dr. Vicente G. Cinco in 1949. FU has become a home to diverse Foundationites coming from different regions and cities in the Philippines. It is a non-profit, non-sectarian institution, accessible to all, offering several fields of study for its undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate students through blended learning. Serves to educate and further develop individuals to become productive, creative, and responsible citizens of society. Foundation University proves it is an institution prepared to face adversities and challenges, as innovation is the heart of its goal. Despite the obstruction of a global pandemic, the university continues to pursue its development plans, create action, and bring its vision into a suitably adaptive reality. In FU, we ensure that no students are left behind. We stay true and commit to provide the best education to all Foundationites. We foster a dynamic and progressive environment that cultivates effective learning, generates innovative ideas, responds to societal needs, and offers opportunities for all. Through the Global Giving platform, our dreams and visions are slowly turning into possibility through financial support and donations. One important project that FoundationU spearheads is the Foundation Preparatory Academy Science Wing. This concept was developed to precisely address the issues facing science education at the elementary and high school levels. This concept was developed to precisely address the issues facing science education at the elementary and high school levels through the aid of advanced technology, improvement of science laboratories, and equipment for enhanced academic learning. Teaching science subjects pose a challenge for most mentors and teachers. Most students have a low performance and less interest in science subjects. This may be caused by the lack of illustrations that would best explain the topics and intricacies of the subject matters. To address this growing problem, we saw the adaptation and use of audiovisual presentations and actual hands-on experiments in science education. Video clips are to be utilized to help explain the science theories and concepts. Availability of science laboratory rooms with complete equipment. We aim to become a catalyst of transformation where every student develops a high interest in science education. Through the development and construction of Science Way in FPA, we believe that it will greatly create a positive impact to the community where science is a fundamental learning in our daily lives. We want your help in building this dream project into reality. We assure you that any form of assistance, may it be financial help or manpower sources, are put to work in what is being planned and serves its purpose.